Hey everyone, I am Srinivasan, software developer. We are looking into SQLite Database tutorial. In this video, I'm going to explain um, RTRIM Collation. So simply we will call RTRIM, okay, which means so it will when we use this collation, it will trim the white spaces in the values. So it will trim and give the uh, and it will return the result when we run the queries. So for that I'm going to use the simple table. I'm going to create a simple table with ID and name column, and now I created, and now again I am inserted some values into the table. So now if I select all the rows, so you can see, and we have values properly, but the fourth row is the name of the uh, um, employee. After the name, so we gave the simple white space, right? White space when we insert the that particular row into the table. So what happens is, so if I want to filter out uh, the result, filter the result using the name, by the name, like Kelvin. Kelvin. So what happens is, so I accidentally gave this white space when I insert in the table. So let's assume like that. Okay. So if I run this query, so I'm returning only one row, but we have two Kelvins, but we wrongly gave the value when we insert that row as Kelvin. After that, one space. Okay, so even if you give like this, so this collation will work, no problem. So simply I gave one white space here, and now if I but I if I run this query, so we are getting only one result, right? So what we should do to filter all the kelvins, even if the kelvin has white space characters, white spaces in the name, with the name. So we have one solution for that. So for that we are going to use RTRIM collation, which means right trim. It will trim the right side of the value. Okay, that's what the meaning of RTRIM. Okay, right trim. Okay, and now if I execute, so we are getting two kelvins, because when we run the query with the collation or trim collation, so it will trim the spaces which is in the right side of the column which we are mentioning in the query, and it returns the result. So that's what we are getting here. So now even if the white space or uh, white space is available in the values, so uh, it will return that value also when we use collate or trim. So as I said earlier, when we use no case collation, as I said earlier in the earlier tutorial, so if you didn't watch that no case collation, I explained in the previous video. And yeah, as I said, you no need to write this collate or trim in all the queries. Okay, so for that we have another solution. So when we create the table, first we will drop the table. Yeah, so now when we create the table, so we need to specify the collation in the column, sorry, collate right trim or trim. Okay, so if I execute and if I run if I insert four rows are inserted, so now by default we will get 2 kelvins. Okay, if I execute, we are getting the same result by default without specifying the collate or trim in the query, because we configured the collation in while creating the table. We configured the collation in the column, name column. Okay, so yeah, even if you give any other characters, now you will get, even if we give white spaces in the filter value. So by wrongly I mentioned when I give the condition, if I wrongly mention Kelvin white space, so even I specified the wrong value in the where condition, so I am getting the same result. So this is what RTRIM right trim collation is in SQLite. So I hope you can understand what RTRIM collation in this video. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe my channel and share to your friends. And yeah, in the next video I'll come up with a different topic of SQLite database tutorial. Bye bye.